Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my everyday makeup drawer for summer, and it's going to be a little bit different than my previous everyday makeup drawer videos because lately, especially in quarantine, I've been wearing very minimal makeup. I've been wearing like the same products every single day, so I'm gonna incorporate kind of like my current favorites into this video and more of like a casual vlog style, and then also pick out some products for summer, switch up some things in my current everyday makeup drawer. Usually I use like the same products every day all month long, but honestly I've been wearing makeup very minimally throughout the week, and when I do, it's mostly like BB creams, brow products, and I'll show you guys like what those products are that I've been wearing day to day for like a quick 5-10 minute makeup look. And we'll pick out some products in my collection to use for the summer. And I've also purchased some new makeup storage recently that I definitely want to share with you guys and just share some updates that I've been doing to my collection to make it more organized. Also, I do want to share that all my AdSense earning for the month of June will be donated to Black Lives Matter, and I'll leave the link to that organization in my description box, as well as some other organizations that you guys can learn more about and donate to as well if you're interested in some more resources. I'll leave some other resources as well in my description box. I also shared a bunch of resources and like some looks into some local protests in LA and my thoughts along the way of like what my experience was at different protests, and just a lot of my thoughts and different resources over the last couple weeks in my Instagram and my Instagram highlights. All of that is in an Instagram highlight that I made, so I'll leave the link to the specific highlight in my description box as well. So definitely check out everything that I mentioned if you haven't already. And I'm gonna go ahead into the video. I'm gonna switch to my vlog camera. It's gonna be a little bit more casual style so you guys can see a look into my collection and some products that I've been loving lately. So I mentioned this in my last everyday makeup drawer video. I basically switched up my room this spring to have all of my everyday makeup in this side of my vanity in this new desk, and then all of my makeup, or the rest of my makeup, is in here and just organized with my full collection. But basically I just reach for all the products in here on a day-to-day basis. And here I have all the products that are like my everyday essentials that I barely ever switch out, or at least I haven't so far since I've been doing this system since like March or April. And then in here is going to be like my everyday makeup drawer, like the traditional everyday makeup drawer that I switch out pretty frequently seasonally. So I'm gonna get into both and let you guys know like what products I've been using the most. So getting into my main drawer, when I first organized this, it was obviously a lot cleaner, but I just kept adding things when the Sephora sale came around, when I get things in BoxyCharm and Ipsy that I want to try out, and I might need to switch a couple things out of here, like, but some things are getting used up, and it's not too bad for what it is, basically holding all of my day-to-day makeup. So some of the products I've been going through a ton, like this Bite foundation I love that I got at the Sephora sale a couple months ago. It's the Changemaker foundation. It is maybe like a shade dark, but honestly, now that we're getting into summer, it actually matches way better than it did when I first got it. I got it in the shade M70. Really awesome, lightweight feeling foundation, but it gives you really nice coverage, and it's like a really smooth matte finish that still looks like skin. Still feels breathable, doesn't look cakey or heavy or makeup-y. I'm almost done with my Pure 4-in-1 foundation. I can't believe this lasted me almost a year. I'm almost all the way done with it. I honestly have like maybe a week of use left in it, if that. I tend to use both of these in combination, the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion and the Too Faced Born This Way, just because the one I have from Wander is like a shade light, only because I got it in BoxyCharm and I don't think I could choose the shade. I'm not sure, but it's a shade medium. It's kind of like a shade light for me, so I use this more so in my T-zone, and then I use the Too Faced one everywhere else. I have a bunch of powders. The one I use the most is the Ciate Coconut Setting Powder, Too Faced Born This Way, the Laura Mercier Glow Powder. Those are always my favorites. These are two pressed powder, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Pressed Powder, and the Too Faced Born This Way. I actually use this powder a ton on days that I'm not wearing foundation or just like a really light BB cream, and then I use this for more coverage all over. And back here I just have a bunch of lashes. I gotta kind of organize how I want to store that. But that's just what's easiest for now, because before I had them across my room in the other drawer, and I'd be almost done with my makeup and I'd run to the other side of my room to get lashes. So it makes sense to keep them here, but I just need to figure out a better storage. My brow products are over here. Benefit Give Me Brow and Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I rotate between both of these daily. And then I also have the Patrick Ta Brow Wax, which is now one of my holy grail makeup products. If you haven't tried it, if you're curious about it, check it out. It's probably the best makeup release, honestly, of this entire year, because it's very game changing. It completely transforms the look of your brows. You can wear it on its own. I highly suggest, I guess if you're a brunette, check out this one, but if you're a blonde or if you have lighter hair, maybe get the clear one. But I really like having the tinted one because I could wear it by itself and not necessarily need to do a full brow on a light makeup day. I keep my Smashbox primer water in here because you actually have to activate the brow wax with some kind of setting spray, so I use it for that, and I also use it to wet my brush for eyeshadow. I love this Vitamin Glow primer from Smashbox. It's the only thing I've been using for the last 2 months. I barely use anything else. It's actually hard for me to like go to my other primers because this is very lightweight, hydrating, gives you a glow, smells like citrus. It feels like a skincare product at the same time. Highly recommend it. The other things I have in here I love, but I don't love them as much as the one I just mentioned. Benefit Professional Hydrating Laura Mercier, and this is a good overall primer. One of my faves. I'm getting really low on it, the Urban Decay All Nighter. I also have a random lipstick in here that I got in my Ipsy, I believe, last month. I actually haven't used it up yet, or used it at all yet, but I have it in there to use whenever I want throughout the month. Some bronzers over here. My favorite thing right now is the Fenty Cream Bronzer. I have it in the shade Amber. This is the lightest shade. And it's the only one I think that is cool tone. It's like kind of more of like a gray tone, but when you blend it in, it looks just like a traditional contour powder. Really love this because it's a lot less thick than other cream bronzers. Definitely like it's thinner and more natural looking than the Chanel one. Yeah, it's very lightweight, super easy to blend out. I use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil otherwise, or on top of it, almost used up there. I love the one I got recently from NARS at the Sephora sale, NARS Laguna bronzer. I think this is maybe the original Laguna, I'm not sure. But this is the one I have in case you're curious. Really like that as well. It's not too orange or anything. I have my Smashbox Cali Contour Kit down here. Some other things that I've been using for a long time. I basically used up the Stay Naked by Urban Decay. I have like 2 uses left in this. It's my favorite concealer. And then the e.l.f. hydrating one is my favorite drugstore. Another foundation back here. This is new from Benefit. I actually just started using it this week. It's like a lightweight stick foundation, Hello Happy stick foundation. It's fine. I'm gonna use it. Nothing life-changing. My Tarte highlighter, chrome paint. Love this so much. Favorite highlighter of all time. Persona blush. This is in the shade Georgia. I love the formula. It looks really great. Super pretty. I tend to prefer shimmery blushes, but that one's really great if you want a matte. I have some palettes back here that I've kept in here all the time. I talk about all the time, like the Amrezy palette, California Love, and Coconut palette underneath there from ColourPop. Back here I have like some mascaras. I want to show you guys like some that I got in subscription boxes. So this Ciate one I'm actually gonna like throw away because this one, let's see if we can focus, Triple Shot by Ciate. Really don't like this. I'm actually gonna like throw this away. I only kept it in here so I could tell you I didn't like it. And then this is a mascara primer by Blink. This is actually awesome. So if you want a mascara primer, it's actually black, which normally mascara primers are white, but this one is black. I wear this and then I top it off with one of my favorite mascaras, Bad Girl Bang by Benefit. This is a nice combo if you don't want to wear falsies. I have some liners back here that I got in Ipsy bags, just like some Tarte random liners that are actually really, really great. And I have my Anastasia Dewy Setting Spray. This is my favorite setting spray other than the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So that's basically everything in here. I think I went over it in my last everyday makeup drawer a couple months ago, but I just wanted to give you guys a little refresh and let you know what else I put in here since there's been other products released. So that's kind of like what I gravitate towards on a daily basis. All right, and then here is my second drawer, which is a little bit more empty because I try to be selective with what I'm really gonna use throughout the month. And then I did add some more products in here as time went on. So first of all, for foundations, it's actually really hard for me to switch out my foundations. I've kind of realized that doing some everyday makeup drawer videos, like it's really easy for me to rotate eyeshadows and blushes and highlighters and stuff, but when I find a foundation that I love, I'd rather wear that than a foundation that is just like mediocre or I have to make work. So it's really hard for me to use up some of my foundations. That's just like a habit or something that I've noticed about like my makeup habits. So I'm still just trying to use up my NARS foundation. It really is just gonna take me like a few more uses before I can toss this. Same with, I actually really like this Lancome foundation, but it's a little bit dark, so I mix these together. It's not hot enough yet for me to use the Airbrush Flawless, so I haven't been reaching for it because this is a very matte foundation, and it's not like super very hot out, and also I'm not going out a lot with quarantine and stuff, so I don't need like a matte full coverage 12-hour foundation right now, so it wasn't like the most realistic thing for me to put it in here given like my current makeup routine. I definitely still love the Fenty concealer. I think I'm gonna use this way more this month. I'm actually gonna switch it over to the other side of my drawer because I basically used up my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and this is gonna be my everyday concealer. I still love the glossy skin balm from Touch in Sol. This stuff is awesome. It's just like a hydrating primer. It's really, really great if you love like more of a moisturizing primer. The Dewy Skin Primer is something that I like to use specifically with a matte full coverage foundation with this foundation, but because I haven't been wearing that, I really haven't worn this. So the foundation department, I kind of failed on using those products, but honestly everything else I've used a lot. I threw in the Norvina palette in here that I've been using throughout the month, and also this little palette, Mimosa Moment from Colored Rain. This is one of my current favorites right now. It's so good, so pigmented, has everything you need for like an everyday eye look. It's awesome. Highly recommend it. It reminds me of, it's like the same size as the Urban Decay like Naked Heat Petite or those like little baby naked palettes, but the formula and the color section is 10 times better. Definitely recommend this. Today and throughout the last couple months, I've been wearing the Latte 2 palette. If you guys want to know what I'm wearing today in the beginning of this video, I've been using this as a transition shade. I deepen my crease with this. I apply this in my outer crease, and then this shade Drizzle is my lid color. So really digging this palette. I do see myself, it still looks super new, but I do see myself hitting pan on a lot of these shades eventually. This is probably one of my favorite palettes that I've been using lately. I have used the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, but honestly, like I've been preferring using the Latte 2 palette. I've just been doing really more neutral, simple eye looks. Obviously, I'm not like going anywhere, and it's hard for me to like commit to doing like more intricate eye looks when I just want like something simple that looks nice. Lately, I'm not really in the mood for a lot of complicated makeup looks, so I'm gonna keep that in mind when I pick out products for this month. Going into some blushes and stuff, some things that came out over the last couple months are these products from Grande Cosmetics. These are cream blushes and highlighters, and I highly recommend you guys check them out if you like those kind of products, because these are actually a lot creamier than other cream highlighters and blushes. Some other ones kind of dry like paint really quickly, like you have to blend them out, otherwise they look super streaky if you don't blend them out within like 10 seconds. But this is more like a moussey, creamy formula, and it's also like a plumping formula. So it makes your cheeks tingle kind of like a plumping lip gloss, but not as intense. I don't know that it's really, you know, changing the shape of my face or anything like that, but just something to note about it. It could be a positive or negative depending on what you like. Been wearing Benefit Cookie a ton. I like it a lot, but I'm sure like there's other highlighters that I can use and like just as much throughout the summer. This is just like a good overall like champagne highlighter, and it's very creamy too. So if you want something that goes with like every kind of makeup look, like cool tone, warm tones, simple, really bold, this one's a good one. And then this is like my favorite blush, Georgia blush by Benefit. It came out I think this spring as well, and I already like used a ton of it. Like it looks like I've been using it for a year because it actually has a significant dent in it. I might just keep it here in this drawer. It actually fits perfectly in there too, because it goes with every makeup look. So that's basically everything in this drawer. I'm gonna empty out some of the products. I'm gonna keep some of the products that I'm already using a lot, and then switch out some products and show you guys what I plan on using throughout the summer. So getting into my collection, this is where I have my eyeliners, single shadows, everything like that. It's still not the best organized. I'm still kind of playing around with this specific drawer. But one thing that I do like that I got is this organizer that I actually bought for a different drawer for earrings, and I use it for earrings and I love that. But then I still had an extra one that I use for single shadows. So if you guys are curious about that, if you have like a bunch of like ColourPop eyeshadows or single shadows like this, it's a really good way to store them. The rest of this is just like a chaotic mess, but that's the thing that I specifically wanted to share from this drawer. Like, pay no attention to the rest of the things going on. But I'm gonna go ahead and I want to pick out, actually I'm gonna pick out both of these Tarte Chrome Paints. I have them in Top Yacht and Park Avenue Princess, like a copper and a champagne. These are gorgeous. Kind of foiled eyeshadows. Like I said, I'm gonna stick to more like neutrals, simple eyeshadows. I'm not really in the mood to do any elaborate makeup, especially while in LA we're basically still in quarantine. So that is what I'm gonna be sticking to. Just something simple where I could just throw this on and do like 1 or 2 transition shades. And then next up, this is the drawer that's still a complete mess. This is my next project for decluttering. So you guys will see that coming up in the next couple weeks. Okay, so let's see. Let's pick out, honestly, I can't wait to declutter this because this is so much going on. All right, so for a highlighter, I'm gonna use up this Persona Cosmetics Zuma highlighter. After this month, I can go ahead and toss this. Honestly, I can toss this now, but you guys know I love to use every last drop of things. So I'm going to go ahead and just commit to this for the next month. Persona actually sent me a brand new one. So I definitely can not feel guilty about using this one, and that's why it took me so long to finish, because I was almost done with it and then I didn't want to use the whole thing up. But I'm gonna definitely use that. I'm gonna pick out one of my favorite bronzers. This is the Cover FX Sunkiss bronzer. I love this so much. This is a very creamy bronzer. It has a matte and a shimmer side. I rave about these compacts from Cover FX all the time, and I'm gonna be using this. This is gonna be a good one to top with that contour powder from Fenty. Let's see. Honestly, there's so much in here that I am ready to declutter. Like some of my old cream contours and stuff that I've had for years, I don't necessarily need anymore. I'm gonna go with this cream blush, the Glowgasm blush from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is in the shade Peachgasm. It's like a peachy cream blush. Like I said, I've been using the Grande Cosmetics cream blush a lot lately, so I think I'll end up using this quite a bit. And I don't know if I really want to pick out anything else. Like, just looking through this makes me realize that I can honestly declutter. I'm going to go for one more highlighter. Maybe this one, Topaz by Jouer, because this is like an old favorite. Yeah, I want to use things like all the way up, so I'm going to pick out products that I can like keep using for the next couple months until basically the whole thing is gone. But honestly, I can actually declutter like half of this drawer now that I look at it, because I'm really committed to like my holy grail products and not my mediocre products. So I'm gonna get rid of a lot of things in here coming up soon. This is just very chaotic. I can kind of cut this down, honestly, maybe to like one basket of things that I absolutely love. So you guys will see that in the upcoming weeks, but that is gonna be everything I pick out of that drawer. Moving into my foundation primers and concealers, I did recently reorganize and declutter a bunch of products in here. So this is a lot better than it was before, and it just has like the products that I actually want to use. So definitely check that out if you guys want to see my thoughts about like basically everything in here. And I do want to note that with foundations and stuff, I'm not wearing a lot of foundation because I'm still wearing a mask when I go out. In LA, we are required to wear masks just in public everywhere. So I keep my makeup super simple when I go out. I don't want like full coverage foundation and then be wearing a mask like all day long. So that's what I'm going to consider when I'm picking out some products. For sure, I want to use the Origin primer. I love this. This is great for summertime because it's so refreshing. It's a cooling primer, like it goes on cold. So I think that I'll actually be able to use it up during the summer. I don't want it to go bad, and it's an awesome primer. It's one of those things I'll definitely repurchase. I think that's going to be it on the primer front because I have those other ones. One thing that I do want to add to my drawer is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This is one thing that I've been reaching for lately because I've just been reaching for really, really lightweight products. So I'm going to apply this or have this in my everyday makeup drawer as well. Another thing I reach for all the time lately is my Bare Minerals Bare Pro Concealer. This is like my holy grail. One of my holy grail makeup products of all time. Full coverage concealer. I don't need to set it with anything. So on days I don't want to wear foundation, I reach for that all the time too. And then the Light Wonder foundation from Charlotte Tilbury because it is lightweight as well for an everyday light finish, breathable finish. I wear the shade 6 in this one. So that's going to be kind of it for foundation. I think that's going to be it for everything in here basically. I'm just going to stick to the products I shared that I have in my drawer already, but just wanted to pick out some light products for summer. If things change up, I will do an updated everyday makeup drawer maybe in like July or August. And then getting into some eyeshadow palettes. So I'm thinking let's do a full month of Dose of Colors. So we have the Friendcation palette. I haven't used this in a really long time and I loved it. When I first got it, I loved it for months and I definitely want to start using it again. So I'm going to add this to my everyday makeup drawer. It has some beautiful colorful shades and also some beautiful neutral shades too. And then another one that I'm looking at is the Dose of Colors brown, baked brown palettes. This one is an all matte palette, has some like warm tones. Since I am picking out those Tarte chrome paints that are like really shimmery, I can pair them with these for a transition shade. So I think that's kind of like everything. This is going to be a very simple everyday makeup drawer, not too intense with my makeup looks because I am wearing like more 10-minute makeup that I'm just basically wearing around the house. I'm not really going anywhere. So that's going to be it for eyeshadow palettes as well. Alright, so these are all the products that I'm adding to my drawer for the month. It's not a lot, but I'm keeping my makeup super minimal and I'm realistically going to use all these products and start hitting pan on some of them and using them up. I wanted to show you guys a couple things that I have going on my vanity. It's kind of like a mess right now, but I want to kind of get into the why. So I'm still going to be doing my gallery wall. I haven't put it up yet. I do want to film that. I actually might be filming that after I film this video. So you guys will be seeing that really soon. A bunch of prints and stuff that are gonna go over here on this gallery wall. That should be coming up really soon. So I have my hammer out and everything to show you guys that. Also, I've been doing some DIYs. I did a DIY I showed you guys on TikTok. So I will leave, it's just #FabLife if you want to follow me on TikTok to do like this ceramic planter, and I'm gonna be sharing a bunch of more like home updates on there. And then I reorganized this little area. This is where I sit and work every day, so I need to clean this up, but I reorganized this little area. I mentioned this display or little storage container a couple months ago in my Amazon bathroom favorites. Also, this is a planter I got on Amazon as well that I'm using to store my lipsticks. So I will leave those linked below, but basically it's just kind of like a little station that I have on my work desk where I have some eye patches, lip products, body butter, and then all my day-to-day lipsticks in there. Oh, and then over here, I mentioned this on Instagram a couple weeks ago, but I haven't even gotten to it yet. This is like a, what's it called? A sticky paper. Oh my gosh, I'm losing the word for it right now, but it's one of those, a contact paper. It's called contact paper. So you apply it on a flat surface, and I'm gonna do that to this desk. So you guys will see an update on my Instagram. I think I'm gonna do a TikTok video of that as well. It has like this really cool, like wood looking design, like golden and wood looking design, because this table actually used to be our kitchen table. So it's all scratched up over here. So I want to use this, and it's supposed to be waterproof. This is my work desk. I literally sit here 12 hours a day. I eat here, like all my meals and everything. So I am looking forward to that. I've been putting it off, but I will give you guys an update on my Instagram story, and I'm going to do a TikTok transformation of that. And then over here, I have my lip collection that I reorganized recently, and it looks so good. Let me go ahead and like put my camera back on the tripod so I can give you guys a little bit more of a detailed look on that. All right, so here is where I'm storing all of my lip products. I never add lip products to my everyday makeup drawer because I try to rotate my lip products as much as possible. I don't want to just use the same lip products every day. I normally do that anyway, so I just like to keep everything in here so it all stays organized and I have lots of choices. So this is by Allegory. This is 75 lipstick holder, and it has a little clear thing in there to stabilize the lipstick and make sure it doesn't like move around. And it's awesome. Like, this is one of my favorite storage products ever. So it fits perfectly in an Alex drawer. You can actually fit two of these side by side in an Alex drawer. And like, so many full-size lipsticks can be standing straight in my Alex drawer, and I have it where you can see the label like this. I believe it was like $20, $25, 100% worth it. It's my favorite way I've ever stored my lip products. I'm not a fan of like lipstick towers and stuff. I'm kind of getting out of the habit of having makeup products on display on my vanity and stuff. I'd rather have them put away, but put away in a beautiful way where they're still on display, but I don't have to like stare at them all day. So I love this so much. It makes me so happy. I love the way it looks. It makes me excited to try out different lipsticks and not have them just like thrown in a drawer. This isn't as organized, but it's good enough for me in terms of how I'm storing the rest of my lip products over here. So these are different size containers. Like, they come in a ton of different sizes. These are 6 by 6. And then I believe these are 6 by 3. I have 2 back here with lip liners. So like, these are all my Jouer ones. These are like random ones that I have from Buxom, Laura Mercier back there. They all fit good back there. And up here I have all my like shimmery lip glosses that I wear the most, that I love. I did a little bit of a lipstick declutter. I didn't film it because it was just like very minimal. But I kept everything that's like my favorites. And then these are kind of the rest of my liquid lipsticks that didn't fit in here. All my Smashbox ones and Jouer ones fit back here, but all my like longer ones, like Makeup Forever, stuff like that, are in here. All my favorite nude lip colors. So I will link these containers and this as well. Check this out. This is like so cool. This is my favorite thing in my makeup collection now. It makes me so happy. Like, this is my favorite makeup drawer. So just wanted to show you guys that in this random video of different stuff going on in my room, just different like maybe makeup collection updates. But this is awesome. I will link everything below. All right, so finally here is a look at my current everyday makeup drawer that I just moved all the other products in here. I did keep some of the products that I shared earlier. Like, I do want to keep using these Grande Cosmetics highlighter and blush. I had a few more in here, but I just kind of kept my favorites. My favorites are French Pearl for the highlighter, and then Sweet Peach for the blush, like a peach highlighter and a champagne, peach blush and a champagne highlighter. Then I added the Glowgasm over there from Charlotte Tilbury. The palettes up here that I mentioned, I wanted to hang on to the Colored Rain one and my Dominique Cosmetics one because I am using those quite a bit. Friendcation, I kept the Georgia blush. That's probably the only blush I'm going to use throughout the entire summer, honestly. And then I switched out those foundations. So that's everything. It's a very minimal, simple, everyday makeup drawer, but that's honestly what I've been focusing on lately, especially because I'm still home a lot. So that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If things change up this summer, I'll give you guys an update on some other products that I'm using, but that is everything for my everyday makeup drawer. Every storage product that I mentioned will be linked in my description box as well. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.